Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Stoneblock 4. We're here in the Lightbenders maze. Hit the buttons to toggle force fields to progress through the maze. Okay, let's try to get going here. Alright, there's a slime over there, which is fine. Just gotta try to look for some buttons. Alright, so there's one over there as well. There's also a slime spawner here that we cannot break. Nothing we can do over here. I know we've already pressed it on one. That would, no, I don't know. I think we've clicked on that one like 3 times. Probably not ideal. Maybe it was that orange one there that I needed to click on. Still nothing over here. Hmm. I feel like this has got to open somehow. Alright, we're back over here at the start. What's down here? Nothing. Okay. There's a force field down there, but let's get rid of these slimes. Alright, so those are locked out now. That was strange. Alright, so you're locked out now. We press U in. It unlocks the purple one. Go away. Alright, so clicked on the orange one there, which did open up this one. Oh, there's a chest right there. If we can find a way to open it. Lime green button. Alright, that unlocked this chest here. There is a fake pin in here. Ah. Missed once. Missed twice. Alright. We got 2 energite ingots. Okay, that's not great. Let's see what else we can find. Alright, so there's a pink button back here. Don't know if that just unlocked, or if it unlocked anything, which we've already pushed that green button. There's a red one. I'm just kind of pushing buttons, hoping it works. Alright, you got another chest back here. Ah! A whole bunch of nothing in there. Not been very great loot in this vault so far. We've already pushed that in. I've already pushed you. Already pushed you. Nowhere to go with down here. So let's just stick to this left edge. I think did I press this blue button? Apparently not. Fairly confident I've already pushed this yellow button. Okay, we need to push that yellow button back in. That's just a little shortcut route. We should have already pushed that one. Wait, that did something back over here. I think that just took out maybe this. So we need to leave that out. Need to leave that out because I can see that opening up this over here. Can we walk around this yet? No. What's all this stuff on the mini-map? Oh, it's maze slimes. Okay. So the blue button just opens up that shortcut there. That's not particularly helpful. Don't think there's anything back here. We've already pressed that red button. We've already pressed this pink one as well. But how do we get back there? Maybe we press the red button again. And we'll just see. So that's doing something up there. Let's go push the red button again. We are out of food. I'm confused. Alright, with a little bit more effort, we've got to right here. Now we just gotta fight off some of these maze slimes. Took quite the combination of trying, but got there eventually. I hate these slimes with a passion. If you need an early slime farm, this is probably your place to go. If you don't have the chickens. Go away, please. Uh-oh. Getting batted around. I just want my Fortron infused blocks. There's so many of them. We got another button over here. There's way too many slimes in this place. It looks like our goal is to go that way. I just gotta figure out how to get over there. So we press that white... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm about to set it to peaceful. Just so I don't have to deal with them. Orange button. Ooh. You know what? I don't want to deal with them. Get out of here. Alright, so that was a little blue button that we just pressed in. We've already pressed that in. Oh, we got a chest here. Easy. Got some steel, some compacting drawers. It's all trash. We'll take the green fertilizer, I guess. Alright, and we can actually go this way now. And then that takes us back to the start. So what's this way? Let's actually turn up the difficulty. Back up to normal. Oh, we did it. Yay! And I messed up. Twice. That's suboptimal. Alright, so we got 7 Fortron infused blocks. Some raw solid stone. Take the andesite casings as well. We'll leave that there. Got 5 green fertilizer. And a random codex glyph. Can we pick up that random replica block? We can. Do I know what that's for? No. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Replication bridges. Okay. Not a whole lot of stuff to do with them. Alright, so let's head back to the Echo of the Lightbender to install these Fortron infused blocks. I think he's down here. Let's complete this stage. A quantum link. We'll look into that here in a minute. But for now, let's just submit that there. This will teleport us over. And this should place the Fortron upgrade in. And it placed the 4 blocks for us. So cool deal. So now we need to, that's not what I meant to do. We need to head back home. And there's actively a bee suffocating. But anyway, we need to make one of these coercion diverters. However you say that. I know I brutally messed it up. Kind of super simple. Let's start throwing some of this stuff in to the chest here. So 3 Fortron infused blocks as well. Does this need power, or how does this work? Well, I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to work. I don't know if we actually need it or not. But it looks like to finish the rest of the Lightbender, we need to make 8 of these quantum rings, which requires to make some of this dense cable. Which isn't horrible, I don't guess. I should probably go through and actually save some of these recipes. That way so I don't have to remember, because Lord knows I'm not going to. Need a bunch of energy cells. Then we need dense smart cable. How do I need to go about the cable? Looks like we need dense smart cable. So if we take smart cable, which it looks like we can buy from the Echo the Fabricator. So let's go pay him a visit. And right here he is. Yep, he short us a smart cable. Let's buy 4 sets. So that's 64 of the smart cable. Head back home. And that should be enough for 16 dense smart cable. That's not the right thing. So it looks like we need some Fluix dust. So let's see here if we can. Do we have any Fluix crystals? Not many. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Looks like we need 8 of these quantum rings, so we need 8 energy cells. So we need 32 Fluix dust. So I'm gonna work on making that. Okay, so I went ahead and made 6 stacks of these Fluix crystals, so now I just gotta crush some up. We'll probably just crush up 2 stacks worth, and we'll go ahead and speed that bad boy up. It probably wouldn't hurt just to get speed upgrades for these, but I'm afraid that would draw too much power. But I guess we could always just throw in more energy upgrades. There we go, got some Fluix dust now. Let's throw in those 3 Fortron infused blocks back into the system. Alright, so we need 8 of these. Easy enough. And then we got our 8 ME quantum rings. We need 1 of these, so we need to craft 4 pearls. It gives us a quantum link chamber. It looks like we need a crafting table. Let's go ahead and craft a stack of crafting tables. Not the right thing. And then we need an annihilation core. Let's make a few of those. As will you make a ME pattern provider. I'm kind of. Oh, there's a watch of flowing time. That's pretty. That could be actually very helpful. Um, I'm not exactly sure how to set that up. But let's go speak with the Echo of the Lightbender. Alright, let's see what he has to say now. That concludes my current research. Cool. He can now trade us new items, which just looks like it's some QIO stuff. Some phantoms, some teleporter frames, an hour of time. That's not worth it. Yeah, not really a whole lot there. But what we can do is collect 25 more coins, and we can drop in some of this stuff. I wonder where this is going to put that. Quantum tunnel upgrade. Where's that going? Alright, so we have this ME pattern provider, but where does it go? Looks like I see some of the quantum stuff down here. Let's put you there. Then I guess we need to head back for some flux cables? Maybe? I don't know. I'm just trying stuff out. I mean, I'm not the smartest cookie. Hop down here. We need to break this thermodynamic conductor. Looks like this also needs power, so we need to get a power acceptor. Which we get in the world engine with 4 quartz glass, 4 copper wires, and 4 iron plates. So I went ahead and hooked up the ME pattern provider to an energy acceptor along with a quantum ring down there. That's, as far as I know, all that I need to do there. Um, I'm not exactly sure, but I guess we can start working on these like nitro crystals. So we need to get into energizing. That requires a ton of power, so maybe not quite yet on that. Maybe we need to work into a new power source. Preferably like mid to late game power. Um, how do we get uranite? Energizing uranium. Okay. So that's kind of a dangerous game to play. What is energenic? Um, anyway. Um, let's get the engineer's manual because we might go for diesel. All right, so instead of going into diesel, I think we're just going to get a bunch of these thermoelectric generators, which we have to buy, but they're only 30 for 4. And I've already went ahead and made some to see if they work, or bought some to see if they work. And they make quite a bit per. I don't know if doubling up the snow and uranium here makes a difference, because there's no way to really tell how much they produce other than just leave them unhooked. So I'll test that here in a second. Alright, so all we need to do to set them up is just do that. I mean, and that's literally just about it. I'm going to do a little test over it right here. Alright, so that's making 200 FE per tick ish, which is more because I was just making 100 when I only had the 1. So what we'll do, we'll keep doing what I was doing, which is little checkered patterns like this. That is not correct. What did I... Oh, I am dumb. You can go there, you go there, you go there, you go there. So, but then we just need to figure out the best orientation. Which is just going to be something like this, I think. I would place this out into the hall here, but I don't really want to do that. So some of these are going to be a little bit weaker, but it's fine. You're not actually making power. Are you making power? Yeah, you're making 100. Okay, so they have to have
equal amounts? No. Why are you not working? So you're working, you're working, you're working. These should be working. Let's do a quick break here. All right, you're making 100 per second. I just tied that in. You're not working. No clue if you work or not. You don't. I wonder if it's a specific side. Yeah, because you're not working. Let me go through here and let me retry this. It's gonna be a little bit different this time though. All right, so what we can do something like this. Um, I'm tempted to do this just for decoration. And that way so we don't use more of one than the other. That really doesn't matter. This is a very expandable setup. Like right now, I'm making 100, and now we should be making 200 FP per tip. I mean, it's still not massive power, but it's pretty good for just something that we can just directly ignore from here on out. I mean, that's a lot of power pretty quick for where we are, and for the lack of effort that I'm willing to put in. We'll still keep the coal there, just to have it as a little bit of backup power. But in theory, these generators ought to fill up, and then they'll eventually just shut themselves down. For the most part, anyway. Oh, what would I do that for? I placed them all the way across. I'm just being silly. What do you know? The math worked out there. That's amazing. Then we just need to bring some of our elite cable across. Looks like we're going to have one to the enough side. Or maybe two. Or three. I don't know. Yeah, three. I mean, that's pretty decent power. And I mean, this is very expandable too. Like I could probably go buy, I don't know, probably about another 40 or so of these, which we may do just to have the power that way so we can get into the power mod with all the like them what I don't know what they're called, like the energizing orbs, all that fun stuff. It eats a lot of power, so we may want to consider uh, a battery bank as well. But these cables also do a somewhat okay job at doing that because even they just store 18 million FE per, or 18 million FE. Alright, so I was only able to afford 32 more. Oh no. So we can just place everything down like that. That leaves us with 8 left over for now. Um, and that should be adding to our production. Then we'll start with Alright, so we start with the opposite of what we end with. Maybe not. Am I stupid? Yep, yeah, don't answer that. But anyway, I suppose we can just jump. Or I could look at the block directly underneath it. But no, I'm too stupid to do that. Alright, we should be making quite the sum of power now. Hopefully these can actually extract from the bottom. Can we test that real quick? I was like, just in case, we'll just go over here for a quick moment. Place you down there, you there. Looks like it has no problem doing that. Cool. So, I mean, that's 100 FE per tick per. I mean, we got 48 going right now. So that's what, 56? Why did I say that? So that's 4,800 FE per tick, which maybe my math could be horribly wrong. So we don't go off on my math. I'd like to add in these other 8. So let's do that right here. Or at least we can add in 6. And we'll just do this, just to finish out what we have. Yeah, okay. So that should be pretty decent power from here on out. It probably wouldn't hurt to light that up a little bit. Kind of afraid mobs might could spawn on that. So I think next course of action is going to be to get a big enough battery to like help store quite a bit of this. Even though some of our power is still coming from these simple coal generators, which this is producing 60 FE per tick per one. We have several of them as well. So I mean, realistically, there's not much difference in the coal generators versus these thermoelectric. There's just a little bit more upkeep in terms of seeds on this, because I mean, this is eating every single seed that we have. Like, we're not keeping. Oh, I just threw my sword in there. It honestly seems like we need more of these garden cloches down through here. Which is, oh joy, so much fun. We do need to grab our buckets to get some creosote, that was so we can actually start working on that. Which we do have a an absolutely full to the brim jar there. So we should have 13 buckets of creosote. And now we need to look up how we make garden cloches. Alright, so it looks to me like we need 11 of these basic engineering blocks, which we just need to treat wood for. So that's kind of what we was waiting on. The inconvenient part about treated wood is this whole process. Oh, accidentally just made some float drawers, but eh. Suppose it is what it is. Surely 40 probably isn't enough. Well, I mean, that makes 40, so That's actually definitely enough, so that gives us 11. So we need some mechanical pipes for the water to flow, some item pipes for the seeds to come out of. Need a little bit of dirt. What else do we need? Universal cable. We'll just run the advanced cable, just because I don't want to mess with it. I do not need you. Go away. I drop a full energy tablet? Okay. A lot of that stuff is like complete junk. Um, there's a couple ways we could do this to kind of limit the chunks that we're using. We could go this way with it. Only problem's gonna be lighting back here, but we'll figure that out here momentarily. Let's just mine this out. That way so it's a little bit easier to get power. Well, I realistically just gonna okay, that puts water in, so that's what we need to do. We also need to light up this hallway here, which is why we made this 3 wide instead of just 2. Definitely not sheer luck that that happened. So that means we're not going to need the mechanical pipes. We just need to get a little bit of power over here, which is super easy to do, as we already had power from the chargers. Now they're getting power into them. So the only thing left is to connect up some item pipes. This is going to fill up this chest. So what we'll do, just move this down 1. That way so we just simply don't have that problem. Need to set this to export. Like, none of these are storing, are they? Doesn't really look like it. Okay. That probably should have been something I should have checked out first. I do need to connect an item pipe somewhere. Oh, we also need to move this one up to be right here. So what we'll do is just come down here. Shoot. Looks like we're going to need some more of those item pipes. Luckily, they're just a little bit of nickel and some planks. Let's go ahead and just bookmark that. So I don't have to come back looking for it. Superbly easy to make. And just like that, that's good. Let's just fill that in just a little bit. I don't care that it's ugly. I don't intend on coming back here. Very often, anyway. Just gotta set these 11 to export. That was kind of annoying. So then we need to grab a few seeds, if we can. That's going to be the difficult part here. Why is there just a piece of cobblestone there? So what I can do is place that there, let a few seeds build up, and we can grab 55 seeds out of there, just like that. We do have our dirt. I mean, and this should be a pretty substantial increase in seed production. And these were just the easy garden closures to make. I will need to make more. I mean, it's fine when we only have a few chickens running, but when we have them all, it doesn't work so swell. It would be also worth considering trying to input in some fertilizers, but I don't really know what to put for that. Let's see how the throughput is now. I mean, we're still lacking by quite a bit, but that could be build up. But you don't have any in you. For some reason, these do. Prismarine one still doesn't. These two don't. Our sand one does. The obsidian ones did get a few there. So it looks like we are going to need to make a few more. So I'm going to go through and make a few more garden cloches, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. I don't know why that says 208. I have 44. And then I have 29 more garden cloches to set up here. Which that should, I would think that would be enough to make everything happy. But, you never know. Let's go ahead and get them started growing, because it's not going to hurt anything to do that. It's going to give a temporary boost, which hopefully, I doubt it, hopefully that can be enough to get us to where we don't have to worry about this anymore. Get a little bit of power coming in. Then the only other thing we need is a little bit of an extract. Let's hop up on top of the pipes here. Probably should have did this the first time. But there's another batch down. I still have 19 more in my inventory. So we could expand it once more. Do I just take it further this way and expand the chunks that I have? I could. Yeah, so I just decided to claim a little bit more area. Don't know why I took out as much as I did there, but we'll deal with it. Just need to do that much. And then let's light the place up a little bit. Let's actually take this wall back one more. Give us a touch bit of walking room anyway. Yeah, if that's the case, I'm probably going to have to take this further back this way as well. I do need to place a torch down right here before any mobs spawn on top of me. Wouldn't want that to happen. Never mind all the engineer's hammers that I have just in my inventory. We're going to ignore those, because I'm going to pull out the 19 more garden crochets. So that's 7. So I need 3 more blocks worth. So I actually need to take this 2 further. So we'll just do 3 to make it a nice even round number. And then we'll place down another torch. That's another pretty sizable increase as well. We do need to run power. Which this is probably going to be close. That's not what I meant to do. I made this so much harder on myself. That is not the correct type of pipe. That is. It's kind of difficult to get the placement right on that, but there we go. So now all we need is the extracting. And then we can actually go ahead and start throwing in seeds. So once again, go ahead and start them. I'm going to rue the day that I have to swap these over. It's gonna suck, but yeah, we'll deal with it, I guess. We could try to see if we can get a watch of flowing. We got a watch of flowing time as a reward, right? I might see if I can get like a pedestal. That could be beneficial. I don't know why that says I have 852. Rest assured, I certainly do not. Easy stuff there. Yeah, I do not know what's going on with that, but it is what it is. Did I accidentally like create like a null or something? I don't know. Well, we got our power going. Huh. You know, I just got to thinking, I wonder if I could have like put them right here as well. Because I mean, we're gonna have them on top and bottom. I don't know. Let's just see what we're doing. We'll just throw away that stone first. We're at a positive number. It's not 0. That's fantastic. So everybody should be full. It looks like everybody's full. So that's fantastic. So they're gonna all be producing. Is this outside of this? I almost guarantee you it is. That's not what I meant to do. Let's force load those as well. That way so these ones over here keep working even after we're done. Or even after we're leaving. I probably should hook this into the ME system as well. That way so I have access to my coal. Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, so
We've got a full storage door there of seeds, and we've got our coal working now. So I think it's about time we may head towards automation of some crafts. So let's, nope, that's not the right place to go. Neither is that. We need to go to the world engine. And we should have the Fortron blocks placed in. Looks like that takes an absolute ton of power. I mean, I guess we'll eventually get through it. This shouldn't affect the heat any. We should invest in getting. Oh, we're draining power. Oh Lord, mighty quick too. Mighty quick too. And we're not even halfway yet. Oh God. Alright, so I'm gonna run back and grab some better cables. Alright, so I just bumped it up to the red tier, which is advanced. But we got our crafting units. Got a full stack of them, so hopefully that'll last us a minute. It's not like those are particularly hard to make, though.
Alright, so I just made the pattern encoding terminal. Yep. So from there we also need to make blank patterns, but that can hold off a second, because as we still need to make a crafting storage and some crafting coprocessor units, I think to start with, we'll start with like just normal crafts that, yeah, I don't really know. And then we'll eventually work our way up to like smelting stuff. It doesn't seem like these coprocessing units are bad, they're just engineering processors. The crafting storages are a little bit worse, but I don't see why we would need over 64Ks. So let's just go through here. Um, okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and make some storage components. A stack, so let's make 2 extras. That was so it's a even amount. I say even. Realistically, I mean odd. 23, that's also not going to work. I need 3 more of these. Because there's no point in doing them with an odd amount. Forgot to place you here. So that's 7, which is also extremely odd. What are we missing? Quartz glass, okay. Oh no, there's 3 more stacks of it. Alright, so that's 8 of those, which is kind of strange as well. As that leaves me with 2 and 2, which I think that's honestly fine. Because we might be able to get away with putting some of the 16Ks along with like some of the smelting recipes. And we'll use 64K for some like general applications. Honestly, 16 is probably more than enough for everything that we're going to be doing. So I think all we have to do is combine those with a crafting unit, right? And that makes us crafting storages. We'll make some 16s as well. And then to make, what was it? Okay, so we need engineering processors, which we so happen to have a few of. Then we need the actual crafting units. Let's make maybe 16 of these. So let's see how this works. I do need to make an area real quick. Okay, so I got this first one set up. It's just a simple one co-processing unit for now. We'll put three more across the top of it just to have it. I don't know if that does us any good. I also figured out why we're seeing some of these strange numbers down here at the bottom. I have my wireless crafting grid in the settings. You can set it to restock, which that's what's going on. So now we need to make patterns, which seem to be fairly cheap. Let's make a few stacks. Um, I really, okay, so we need to auto craft like stones and stuff like that. I know that much out of the essence. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna make a bunch of recipes and I will be right back with you. Alright, so we just added this in. I don't know if that's gonna automatically connect over there, but I guess the only way to find out is go in here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Let's see if we can't craft 100 planks. It looks like it's scheduled. That shouldn't be taking this long. Yeah, see, it's not doing it. I'm assuming this actually has to be touching. Would be my guess. Alright, it's online right there, so let's try that again. It's still not able to do it for whatever reason. Let's get help here. Do. Yeah, that's not working either. Alright, so let's just maybe try to make oak logs. Is there a way that I can just 100? It should be easy for it. But you see, that's not working. I'm confused. I think I see what I'm doing wrong. We need the molecular assembler for this. This looks like we just need more quartz glass, which means we need more Certus quartz dust. Yay! Okay, so the providers, which is this is for machines. I believe we can do something like this, maybe? Do these only take one recipe? That's horrible. Like, I don't understand. Alright, so that's not even showing that now. I'm still confused. Okay, so I got it figured out now. So you just have to do something like this. That's not very well, but you know. I wonder if there's like a button that I can press to where I can, oops, like not have to take out all of what I have. No, I don't want to make 1,000 sticks. I'll make 110 though. And so that means we have to craft 32 planks. So let's see here. Does this work? It looks like it is. And if we can place several of those around to speed it up. Okay, so what are you used for? That's the part that I'm perplexed about.
Let's place you there, and then we'll place some assemblers around that. You're not active. Maybe you are. I don't know. Let's make another 300. Alright, so it looks like just one of them. Well, so it looks like that's only using 2 of them. Or maybe 3, or I don't know. That ought to be getting close now. I mean, this is just a practice just to see. But we got sticks now, so that's interesting. So let's say we need some oak logs or something. We take out what we have, since I don't know how to get around that, and then we can craft up 200 oak logs super quickly. And right there they are. So that's interesting, but how does this tie into all of this? Like that's the part I'm confused about. Okay, so I think I understand. So I think this means I can only have one going at a time, which is perfectly fine. For now, anyway. It probably wouldn't hurt to make another one. So let's just take out one side of it. Then we'll want to, that's not what I meant to do. Didn't mean to do that either. Let's grab some ME cable. And so for now, what we can do is do something like this. Crafting storage, crafting unit. What else do we need? A co-processing unit. We'll place 2 of those up top. So now we should be able to handle 2 sets of crafts at a time that it can monitor. Okay. So the molecular assemblers are used for like really simple crafts, stuff that doesn't require machines. But we still have to use these pattern providers, which are somewhat easy to make for everything else to automate. Like we could place one, I guess, in front of this maybe. Maybe we give that a go. Okay, so I went ahead and made some recipes. Let's see if this works. Calculation, since we have the fewest of those. Let's make 60 of them. Okay, it doesn't know how to extract, apparently. So, what's the item that we need to extract? Is it the import bus? Yes. Let's try it. Okay, that looks like that's working. It's just horribly slow. So let's grab some acceleration cards. Wasn't there a stack or a capacity card as well? Alright, that seems to be working. And that's making all kinds of calculation processors. Okay, so that works. Cool. Okay, so that kind of shows us how the automation is going to work.
Ooh, another recipe that we should automate is creosote. Um, I don't know how that works with fluids though. But anyway, let's just automate treated wood to an extent. And then we'll throw that into this pattern provider over here. So let's grab a bunch of buckets. Okay, we have 8, so in theory we should be able to make 64. Nope. Alright, that's saying we're missing it, but we're not, so it only recognizes... Okay. Like, that's showing a bucket of creosote oil, right? Um, we have the creosote oil. Okay. Um, let's have substitutions enabled. We can try that. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so it looks like that worked. Cool. So I mean, now really the only thing that's left to do is actually going through and automating a bunch of recipes. We're going to need a bunch of these pattern providers, but we'll probably put a bunch of them back here. And they'll probably all be connected via these molecular assemblers. But I believe that's going to have to wait until next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.